What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. And so I'm going to be continuing to show you how to make the BATIM custom exterior. This is part 2, and in this one we're going to be doing the outside area of the ink machine room, which would include this little garage here, along with the artifact relic room behind it, which are just these two ones that stick out or like this whole right side that sticks far out. And then we'll just have this portion left, which is like half of it, or like more than half of it. We're not even done the front. But anyway, yeah, that is solved. So with that being said, enjoy the tutorial, and I will catch you on the flip side. Alrighty, so let's do this monster of a room. You want to start by getting out the following. Looms, mud bricks, mud brick walls, torches, stripped dark oak wood, stripped spruce wood, stripped jungle wood, stripped oak wood, and I don't really know if anything else makes sense. I'll go with that for now. So starting from the previous section here, which is going to be this one just before the machine room, you want to take the bottom composter, and you're going to have to crouch to place a lot of this. So if you want to like just place a block on the ground to make it easier for yourself, you can, but I just am fine with doing it this way. But you want to the, I guess, forward diagonally right of the compost, you want to place a loom. Only thing is make sure that the actual like loom part of the loom with the like lines and stuff does not face outward. For these couple blocks it'll be left, but generally it'll be forward. You'll extend forward by 2, and then 1 with mud brick. Extend to the right from there with 28 looms. Make sure these ones don't face forward. And then another mud brick. You will then extend back with 7 looms. And we'll stop there. Make sure those don't face right as well. Copy that entire row one more time since we need the 2 layers of the base. Hopefully everyone is having a good day or night. I am for the most part. And I'll give you a second since I know those are annoying to place. It should wrap perfectly around your ink machine room though if you have it. If you're in a situation where you're like, what? Why is this not working? Make sure that your walls are... I forgot what I was going to say. Make sure that you don't have any, like, extra blocks, because there's a good chance you would. From this point, you want to take the mud bricks on the corner and extend them up with 3 mud brick walls, 2 mud bricks, 3 mud brick walls, and another mud brick. And again, you do the same with the other corner. So 3 walls, 2 bricks, 3 walls, a brick. Off of the top mud brick out of this center 2, you're going to place torches on the 2 sides where there won't be a wall, which is forward on both and then left on the left and right on the right. Going across the front, you want to do the following pattern from, we'll say, the bottom mud brick row. You're going to place 3 stripped dark oak wood facing sideways, stripped jungle wood facing up. Each stripped jungle will be up, each stripped dark oak or spruce will be sideways, but we don't need the spruce yet. We're not worried about that. You'll then extend right from there with 6 more stripped dark oak, stripped jungle, 6 stripped dark oak, stripped jungle, 6 stripped dark oak, stripped jungle, and then you should end with 3 stripped dark oak. On the right side, you'll head back with 4 stripped dark oak, stripped jungle, and then 2 stripped dark oak. And on the left side, you'll just have 3 stripped dark oak. Nothing crazy. Extend each stripped jungle specifically up by 7. There's one on the right as well, don't forget that guy. He's kind of hiding. Now, every single stripped dark oak you want to bring up with the following. It'll be 1 full row of stripped dark oak, a stripped spruce wood row, 2 stripped dark oak rows, stripped spruce row, and then 2 stripped dark oak rows. And you're going to bring this on all sides of this area in all the sections. This just has a little bit of texture and color variation within the walls rather than just having it all one color. So, and I do think it looks nice. And you'll end up seeing this gets inverted later, where I think I use oak and jungle instead of dark oak and spruce. And then the dark oak and spruce end up being the roof, if I recall. Which is going to be the next section after this one, but I don't even know if we'll hit that in this part. Because a little bit of an extreme section we're on. Although really once we're past this, like it's a lot of just rinse repeat for the end. Although we have the bendy head. And at some point we have to do the logo on this wall. But that'll probably be after we get like this main thing done. Let's not forget the side here. Because I almost just did. Too much to remember. I could like note it down somewhere, but that's also a lot of work. You should end up with this. On top of all the walls, you want to place stripped oak wood that also faces sideways. There's no real exception to this. You're just going over every single block. Except for, obviously, the mud brick, because you're in line with the mud brick. But I'll also extend back by one there on that left side. Just so it goes over the gap that you would have. Nice. On the right side. Do we want to do that yet, actually? We can mark it, yeah. If you take the top row of the stripped dark oak, you should have 2 beyond the pillar here. You're going to extend back with an additional 2. A stripped jungle wood facing up. 6 more stripped dark oak. Stripped jungle wood facing up. 4 stripped dark oak. Stripped jungle wood facing up. 4 stripped dark oak, and then you should end with a mud brick wall here. And from there, you'll also end up going... You kind of want to go across the back. It's not a ton, so we're not going to worry about it just yet. But I'll place a mud brick on top of the mud brick wall, and then I'll place the sideways or a stripped oak wood again. And I will take from the... Out of the 3 stripped jungle wood that aren't brought down, I want to take the back one... And I will extend it down by, what is it, 7? Yes, actually, 7 down, and then you'll have the 2 looms below that. The area behind this you'll also bring down. I gotta, actually, never mind, that's fine. And then you'll also have 1 row going back towards the front that gets brought down. Don't forget about the 2 stripped dark oak, stripped spruce, sorry, pattern that you want to have. You can kind of just like look forward and see over there what's going on. And then you also want the mud brick pattern to be the same with the lights and everything. We're not entirely concerned about this wall yet. I just figured that it would be good to pop it in there. What we are concerned about, though, is the logo. So we can make that. This is not going to be a fun time because it's banner letter galore, which I know is everybody's favorite. You want to start by getting out the following. Oak stairs, oak slabs, oak planks, ochre frog lights, block of strip bamboo, and we'll go bamboo fence. Right? Yeah. On the center pattern on the front wall here, you want to take not the bottom row strip dark oak, but 1 up, and you're going to break the center 2 and replace them with ochre frog lights. Next row up, you'll do the same thing. You'll then leave a gap of 2 and do the same thing again. That's not right. Direction should all be the same if you can. I wouldn't worry about it a ton, though. Off of the bottom set of ochre frog lights, you'll place a set of oak stairs facing into each other. At the top row of ochre frog lights, you do the same with upside down stairs. And then outside of the upside down stairs, you want regular stairs facing out, and next to the regular stairs, you'll have upside down stairs facing out. You'll then from each of those go in, which is either up or down with an oak plank. out with an oak stair on the top and out with an upside down oak stair on the bottom. And then I'll connect those together with planks. Out of this bottom 2x2 evoker froglights, at the top you'll place upside down oak slabs, and at the top 2x2 at the bottom you'll place regular oak slabs. The little rectangle in the center you'll just fill in with oak planks since you can't see it anyway. Not the very bottom row of this disc you just made, you want to take the row up, and you're going to leave a gap of 1 extending off either side and place an upside down oak stair facing towards the previous disc. You'll then go out with an oak stair facing out, then an oak stair facing in, and then an upside down oak stair facing out. Behind the 2 regular oak stairs, you'll break the strip spruce and replace it with ochre froglights. Extend this whole thing actually up with 2 rows of oak planks. And then I'll go above the middle 2 oak planks and I'll break into this strip spruce row and place the ochre froglights. Off of either set of ochre froglights, I'll have the upside down oak stair sets facing into each other. And then outside of those, regular oak stairs facing away. And you should kind of have this going on. Looks a bit odd. So let's take the 4x4 on this 4x4 little discs on the side here, and the center 2 oak planks, and outside of them place a block of strip bamboo facing forward from either of the, I guess 4 in total, like so. I don't know why you hold fences so weirdly now in this game. Like, that's not connected to my hand. That one is, that one isn't. Anyway, you're gonna extend forward from that with bamboo fence. They need to fix that one. And then connect the bamboo fence together with block of strip bamboo facing left to right. And I think that'll make this look a little bit better. Yeah. You can clear your inventory and you just need to get out a bunch of yellow banners along with black dye and yellow dye. We don't need looms because we kind of sort of have a base here. So you can literally just click on one of these and pop in your first yellow banner, and let's start the process. Black dye in, line across bottom, which is base fest, line down the right, which is pale sinister. Next one in, just line on all 4 sides, which is left, right, bottom, top. So pale sinister, pale dexter, chief fest, and base fest. Next one is line across bottom, top, and middle. So base fest, chief fest, and fest. Line down the left, which is pale dexter. Next one, and this one I always have to think about, so give me like 2 seconds. You're doing the triangle at the top with black, which is the inverted chevron, along with the line directly down the center, top to bottom, which is pale. You'll then pop in a yellow dye, and you'll do the little teeth at the top, which is chief indented. Next yellow banner in, and a singular black dye, actually, and I'll do the line down the right, which is pale sinister. You'll then put in a yellow dye, and you'll do the lozenge diamond pattern. Then put back in your black dye and do the other 3 sides, which is top, chief fest, bottom, base fest, and then left, which is pale dexter. Yes. We can spell out Joey Drew, and then we'll probably need to place the ones that we can, and then just, do studios. So next banner in, you want to do the line down the right, which is pale sinister with black. Yellow dye in, you'll do the full bottom half as yellow, which is perf as inverted. Black dye back in, you'll do line through the center, or left to right through the center, which is fest. Line down the left, which is pale dexter. Line across top, which is chief fest, and then you'll do that diagonal from top left to bottom right, which is bent. Next one is W. You want to do the triangle at the bottom with black, which is the chevron. Pop in a yellow dye and do the teeth at the bottom, which is it just chief? Oh, it's base indented. Oh yeah, never mind, because base chief, the indented was the weird. Okay, whatever. Put it back in your black dye and do the line down the right and left, which is pale sinister and pale dexter. We can make 2 more, yeah, sure. Next yellow banner in with the black dye, you're doing line across top and bottom, which is chief fest and base fest. Diagonal from top left to bottom right, which is bent. T-banner, you'll put in your yellow and do the line across the top, which is chief fest, and then line directly down the center, which is pale. For placing these, they're along the top of the strip bamboo. We still have more to make, but I just want to get these ones down because we have so many in our inventory. If you take this top left bamboo, you want to place your J, O, E, Y, gap of 1, D, R, E, W, gap of 1, S, T, and then we'll need one here, so we'll just leave it a gap. Then you'll place your D, and then after the D, you'll leave a gap. O, and then you want an S here. You can just get rid of like your J banner, because you actually do want to bring the stripped bamboo out into the block on this side. I didn't realize it was asymmetrical, and just pop the S on there. And then you can get rid of all these banners that you just made once you've done that, and you can also get back out the bamboo fence to just replace it on that corner. I did not realize it was asymmetrical, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how that managed to just slip under without me noticing, but or maybe I did notice and I just like forgot. But anyway, I'll click back into a loom, and we'll need to do the U and the I, so they're both fairly easy. You don't actually need the yellow dye anymore, but I'll just throw it in my hotbar. For the U, it is line down the right and left, which is Pale Sinister and Pale Dexter, and then line across the bottom, which is Base Face. Next one is the I, which is the hardest letter we've ever made. It is a line down the center, which is Black Pale, and that is it. So between the T and the D, you'll place a U, and between the D and the O, you'll place an I. And if you even want, you can place like blank yellow banners between the words, just so it, you know, looks a little bit more consistent, but I don't know if I particularly like how that looks. Kind of like just the gaps better. But yeah, those are your banner letters done. Those are always terrible to do. Well, I mean, not really, they're not that bad, but I just don't like doing them personally, so. Let's do the roof, shall we? The roof of this one is very odd. You want to get out spruce stairs, spruce planks, spruce slabs, spruce trap doors, dark oak slabs, dark oak planks, spruce fence gates, stripped oak wood, and we'll leave it at that, I think, for now, yeah. So, starting from the front, you want to take the mud brick block here on either corner, and just in front of it, you want to place an opposite down spruce slab. I'll also place this on the back right as well, because I know that it's there. You'll then extend out with an opposite down spruce stair that faces away from the slab, so it overhangs. Ignore the back one if you placed it for this next step, because you want to bring these slabs on each side in with 2 opposite down spruce slabs, 3 planks, 4 opposite down slabs, 3 planks, and then in the direct center you'll place 4 upside down slabs. Underneath each upside down slab, if you literally just look at the underside and click, you want to place spruce trapdoors, preferably not opened like that, just to kind of give you these cool little, almost looks like an old-timey kind of design, I don't know. I try to make this a little bit old-fashioned in some parts, or look oldish. I guess that's easy to do when everything is practically black and white. You're going to want to take the upside down stair on these sides, which will include the back one this time, that back corner, and go extend them towards each other, which will be forward or backward with an upside down slab. Up with a slab, in with a plank, and I'm sure you know the drill from here. In with an upside down slab, up with a slab, in with a plank, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab, etc. And on one side you will connect. That side is probably the side you should start with, although you can literally just use the window. I guess you only have, do we have something on the left side to actually use? You don't. It might be, is it in line with that peak? I can confirm. Yeah, it is in line with the peak on the right anyway. So you do have that as your reference, but on the right side you have that window and just the fact that there's 2 of them. It'll be a 2-block center with planks in the middle. When you do the left side, you want to end up hitting that point. So I'll just keep going up here. And I'll kind of just like sort of loosely pay attention to the roof below me, and I'll see that that'll end eventually. And yeah, I'm in line with the center here of this room, this strip jungle row. And then from there I'll go back with another plank, slab, down with an upside down slab, and then I'll start working back. And eventually you're gonna almost slot into this roof here, Kind of. Now, when you do this, you'll have this point, and then it'd be a plank here, so just break that side, replace it with a plank, and then you'll place a spruce slab outside of that. We can, before we actually fill in this roof, just so you have the marking and understanding here, if you head to the back right corner here, you should have one upside down spruce slab from this stair. You'll extend it across the back with 2 more upside down slabs, 3 planks, 4 upside down slabs, 3 planks, 3 upside down slabs. And then I'm going to place a dark oak plank on that last one. That'll make more sense later. The same thing here to implies at least to this first row of spruce slabs, you'll place the trapdoors underneath. The other 2 sets, which are the set of 4 in this end, set of 3, you'll place spruce planks under. Again, it'll be more important later. It's not insanely important to know right now. I'll also bring this mud brick across with sideways stripped oak wood because I don't really see the reason on trying to wait on that, but yeah. As for the roof, this one is different. On the, I'll just use the front here. Except for these stairs on these sides, really just the middle of the front, so you're just ignoring the, like, edges of the roof. You want to place dark oak slabs on top of every other little spruce item, like so. As you fill in the roof with dark oak here, you want to make sure you stick a half a block above that spruce outline at all times. So it'll be a row of dark oak planks here, in between these slabs. And then in between these planks, it'll be up diagonally with the dark oak slab row. You're going to have a couple situations here where you have some black concretes that stick up from the chains that you're going to end up running through. That one is not one of them, thankfully. But you'll have a couple situations where you have that happen. Just, like, break through them, and I really wouldn't think about it too hard. If you want to go on the inside and see if you can, like, mess with it to see if it'll work, or even have something on the top here to kind of mask it, just, you know, whatever is an option. I think this, yeah, you see here we'll have an issue with that one black concrete. Have to destroy it. But I don't particularly care. You could literally just replace this oak sign here with the black concrete. Although, not an insane difference. And yeah, once you reach the back as well, you'll end up wanting to work... I'll get there. You kind of want to work around that weird spacing that we have. I'll kind of show you what I mean when I get there. Well, actually, I'll just show it now. I can jump up. So if I take the end here, I'll bring this over with dark oak planks. No big deal there. I'll want a full row of dark oak slabs behind it, though. And then, instead of trying to worry about all the extra stuff, I'm literally just going to take this dark oak plank here that we placed earlier, extend it forward by 1, up diagonally forward with a dark oak slab, and then forward with a dark oak plank. And pretty much all these back blocks will just extend right with the respective thing, except for that backmost dark oak plank will extend over with slabs. The dark oak plank will make a little bit more sense later. It isn't important yet. I mean, it's important to be there, but it's because of the way another roof connects into it that we do that. And yeah, you'll just keep chugging along with all of this. Is it just that one black concrete that gets in the way? I suppose so. But yeah. And then we'll do the sides of the roof, and then we'll kind of fill out probably the section like below, or to the right of this one, with the garage door that I added. Little loading dock. Not that necessarily a place like this would need one, but I figured I'd add some sort of garage door, which could even be parking, who knows. If you want to make a custom interior, by all means, I think that'd be awesome. I'd love to see images of anybody who would try to do that. So on the right side, we'll start with that. This roof is a little bit more interesting. The 2x2 evoker frog lights that is fairly obviously here. You can't really miss it. You're going to place spruce fence gates off of it, preferably just closed. I'll have spruce stairs below them and opposite on spruce stairs above them. And then I'll have a row of spruce planks either side of it, which will create a window. From this point, both sides of the roof peak will be filled in with stripped oak wood that just faces sideways. Since the dark oak actually sticks a block out, you can end up filling behind spruce planks when you do this. I mean, not that that really matters a ton. I know normally I say don't, but like in this context, you can. It doesn't matter. since we already have the top done before the side, which is kind of unusual. Now that I'm thinking about it. But yeah. And you don't have to worry about direction for them either. They're just going to be nice to kind of use as placeholders. And then the other side, we'll have another roof to work around, which makes this like 12 times more enjoyable. When I say 12 times more enjoyable, I mean 12 times less enjoyable. Because, yeah, I don't know if any of you have built enough to like understand that, but if there's something in your way, it just like, it is so annoying. Like, get out of my way, please. I'm building here. I'm going to go to the underside. That might be easier. Or like the inside. Knowing me, though, I'm going to end up stuck. Yep, I'm already stuck. I'm in the roof. Okay. And I still missed some blocks somehow. That's actually impressive. There we go. Ignore that the walls stick lower here. That's not particularly important. The only thing that is important is we have a little bit on the right side and a little bit on the back side left to deal with. The back side isn't all that important, though, because a lot of it will end up getting covered by stuff. But if you want, you can actually copy the pattern from the front. I don't really need any of this right now, so you can clear inventory, and I'll just grab out the 3 things. I don't think you actually need the strip spruce, but it should be going across. It's 3 strip dark oak, strip jungle, 6 strip dark oak, strip jungle, and then 4 strip dark oak, I guess, would be to the end. And yeah, you only need that 1 row because the planks are there because essentially there's a roof in line with that, so you don't need to go any lower. The front, what is it, 1 row? Well, I'll say the front 3 rows you should bring lower. So you would need the strip spruce there, just like these first 3 strip dark oak. I'll go down with another row of dark oak. Strip spruce, 2 dark oak rows, strip spruce, 2 dark oak rows, and then I'll yoink the looms and pop them under as well. Nice. From this point, I will get rid of those 4 materials, and I'll get out the following. Mud bricks, stripped jungle wood, stripped oak wood, oak door, stripped spruce wood, ochre frog lights, oak trap doors, sandstone walls, and blackstone walls. This section will end up sticking lower. We're not concerned about that yet. Actually, it won't. It technically does, but it doesn't. That doesn't make any sense, but you'll see what I mean later. So if you head to the right side here, like we currently are right now, you want to... I just realized the locator bar's been on. That's actually diabolical. Is that a game rule? Locator bar, false. That was just me, don't worry about it. That's funny though, because I am using this to look at the build, or using my other account. You want to take the bottom row of looms and extend forward diagonally, or back diagonally, right, excuse me, with a mud brick, like so. You will then extend to the right by 10. And then beyond that, you'll place a strip jungle wood facing up. I will then extend back with 2 mud bricks, 7 sandstone walls, 2 mud bricks, upward facing strip jungle wood, and then you want to extend left with 11 mud bricks. The 2 strip jungle corners you will extend up by 4. And you'll end up connecting them to the side walls with strip spruce wood that faces sideways. And it'll also be in line with the strip spruce rows we have on that wall. You'll extend them towards each other with a single strip spruce wood facing in, an ochre frog light, and then just connect together with what should be 7 strip spruce wood. I'll place an oak trap door open off either ochre frog light. 2 things left, and then we'll fill in the walls. On the back wall, you want to be a block over from the strip jungle pillar, the second, I guess, mud brick over, and you'll place an oak door on it. You'll then take these sandstone walls and extend them up a row. Next row going left to right or right to left, you want to do alternating sandstone and blackstone walls. Making sure you should start and end with sandstone. And then you'll have another row of sandstone walls on top of that. On each mud brick, you'll place 3 stripped oak wood that should face up. This is another one of those situations where once you place them all, you might want to just do a quick check and make sure none of them are misplaced. Because these are the kinds of rows that I always am misplacing. Not like the tall rows or the whatever. It's like the 2 or the 3 block ones. Also go over the door. That might be smart. Should give you this. You will take the mud brick on either side of the bottom row of the garage door, which would be, you know, this one on both sides, and extend it out with 6 stripped oak wood that face outwards. You'll then clear your inventory and get out the following: oak planks, oak slabs, not stairs, excuse me, spruce slabs, spruce planks, and stripped oak wood again. And I think that'll finish the garage here. First off, I'm gonna just like block off the oak door here with oak planks on the back. If you're obviously gonna make an interior, then don't do that, but I'm going to. Underneath the walls, you're going to place a row of oak planks. Extend it to the right with 2 rows, which should be just towards you. Up diagonally towards you with a row of oak slabs. Then place another row of oak slabs, and then 2 more rows of oak planks. From this point, you want to take the 2 strip jungle pillars and place spruce planks on top of them. Extend them off the right side by 1, and then also extend these planks away from each other, these like endmost ones, the ones that overhang, out with a slab. You should know the drill. In with an upside down slab, up with a slab, in with the plank, in with an upside down slab, up with a slab from either one, and you'll keep that pattern going until you reach a singular plank in the center. Now, you may also want to get out the 3 stripped woods we've been using for a lot of this part, which are dark oak, spruce, and jungle. And as you bring the spruce planks and slabs here all the way left, you will connect into the wall of the ink machine room. And, you know, sometimes you won't actually have points where you're going to connect. So I would basically just bring either strip jungle down by like 3 or something. And then as you, just so you make sure you don't accidentally fill over those, but as you fill everything else, you'll end up having, you know, below the strip dark oak, it's 1 full row of strip dark oak, and then the strip spruce, and then 2 more rows of strip dark oak. You shouldn't need the bottom out of that, like that bottom row of strip dark oak. It should just be below the one you have. At the lowest point, it'd be dark oak, spruce, dark oak. And then the plank would end up masking the final block, but just kind of make sure you're filling this part in as you're building across with this roof. And then we can start a little bit of the, I'm going to call it the Relic room, because that has a kind of funny ring to it. This also won't be centered on the ink machine room, it is worth noting. 1 and 2 block centers aren't the same. I guess that one wasn't obvious. Should have this. You'll fill in the like top little triangle section on the right side here with stripped oak wood facing front to back. Nice. Beyond this section on the back side, you should have we'll say you'll have 3 rows of the wall kind of on the back side of the ink machine room, excluding the mud brick pillar. You want to take the second row of the looms, and you're going to place stripped oak wood just kind of behind them like so, facing up, from the looms only. Then you'll extend up with 3 stripped oak wood, and then you want to grab out mud brick slabs and place 1 on top. You'll extend it right or towards you by 1, along with, actually I guess both right and left by 1. And then you'll place a stripped oak wood facing up on the end of that. You'll extend that guy up by 3. Place a mud brick slab on top. Extend it towards you by 1. And then you want to bring that mud brick slab back towards the back of the build by 3. And these 4 rows you'll bring all the way like left until you're in line with the final spruce plank of the ink machine roof on this kind of back portion. I know a lot of this is very weird right now, but it'll make more sense as sections get filled in, because essentially this is almost preemptively planning for the big section that's going to wrap around the entire thing that we already have up here, because that ends up being the left wall, which also ends up being part of the actual left side, part of the back, and it's the upper section on the right here. So it'll pretty much just, it'll go right off this row. But I wouldn't worry about that too much yet, because it doesn't actually matter. Guess what we just did, though? With this section, you gotta do it all over again, but kind of sort of inverted. So you can clear your inventory and get out the following. Mud bricks. Mud brick walls. Torches. Looms. Stripped oak wood. Stripped jungle wood. Stripped dark oak wood. Stripped spruce wood. And I don't really think there's anything else that makes sense. So yeah, well in there. From this little 1 row of wall you have, you want to go diagonally, back diagonally right with a loom. I'll just have it facing right, but you know, I just don't have it face forward. You'll extend it right by 6. And then place a mud brick. You'll be a little bit off the wall. You can see where this black concrete strip is here. You'll actually end up being... Are you in line with that, or are you a block further out? Let's see here what's going on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You should be in line with it, I suppose. Or maybe I have it... Do I have it double layered or something weird? Oh yeah, I have it double layered. Okay. I was like, that's probably a problem, but... I'm the problem. You'll then extend this back with... I don't have this number on hand like I had the other one on hand. It should be back with 18 looms. And then another mud brick. That was... You're fake. Told you. You'll then extend left with 12 looms from there. Whatever direction I'm placing the looms, I recommend doing the same, just because, you know, the point is this nice kind of frame texture. You'll extend all the looms up an additional row, along with the mud bricks, I guess. Yeah, we'll try to get the walls of this section done, but I don't think we'll finish it, because, you know. The mud bricks on either side you will extend up with 4 mud brick walls. And then another mud brick, which you'll have torches off that top mud brick on the, you know, 2 sides where there won't be walls. And you can kind of just look at the looms and be like, okay, I know that's not near a loom, so. And that would be the detail. We don't have the extra, like, fancy roof section on this thing either, which is nice. Okay, we're going to start with the front wall of this little short wall. You want to go left of this bottom mud brick with, is it 5 stripped oak wood or 4? 5 stripped oak wood, facing sideways. Stripped dark oak wood facing up, and then stripped oak wood facing sideways again. The oak wood is facing left to right, the dark oak is facing up and down, and jungle wood also face side to side. Going along this right wall, which is the long wall, you'll go back from this bottom mud brick wall, and you'll place 5 stripped oak wood. Stripped dark oak. 6 stripped oak wood. Stripped dark oak. And then 5 stripped oak wood. And then along the back, you will do 5 stripped oak wood. Stripped dark oak wood. 5 stripped oak wood, and then a stripped dark oak wood. Extend each stripped dark oak up by 4. And then each stripped oak up with a full row of stripped oak, a full row of stripped jungle, and then 2 more full rows of stripped oak. And you'll just go all the way around with this setup. And yeah, we'll end up getting, I guess, the walls of this section done, and we might actually just finish the whole thing, actually. It's not a huge section, I suppose. And then that means for, I would say, the 2 more parts I'm anticipating, we have, well, I guess because parking lot, it might end up being 5 in total. But I guess it depends if we finish the entire build in the next part, then it's just like terrain, which won't take long. But we'll see how it splits up. These are always great. I love these short ones. Give me a break from the Poppy Playtime Chapter 2s of the world. On the, like, front side here, these top 2 stripped oak wood, you'll just extend into the wall under 2 to kind of fill in that gap. Okay. We didn't use the stripped spruce, did we? I kind of preemptively got that, but that's fine. You can clear your inventory and get out the following. Spruce slabs. Spruce planks. Spruce stairs. Spruce fence gates. Stripped spruce wood. And that might be everything. Yeah, something like that. So on the... Do we want to go on the mud bricks? Yeah, sure, we'll go on the mud bricks. And we'll place a spruce plank on either mud brick corner. Extend them off the right with a spruce plank, and then you'll extend those end spruce planks away from each other with spruce slabs, which will be either back on the back, forward on the front. You'll go towards each other from those end spruce planks with opposite on spruce slab. Up with a slab. In with a plank. In with an opposite on slab. Up with a slab. You get the point. You're keeping doing this until you should have a 2-block center for this one again, and I think that it's... Okay, no, it's opposite on slabs with slabs on top. It's also just over that black concrete. You'll end up bringing the roof, obviously excluding the underside, just as far right as you generally can. And on this like front portion, you'll end up having the stripped oak here, which you might just want to bring some down so you can connect into it better. But once you're beyond the point to where you're dealing with that, you're just bringing the roof until the final mud brick slab is what I'll go with for now. And yeah, I'll just keep doing that. There is one part on the, like, back side that is not going to go this far. I think it's like the end row or 2. But yeah, really this front half is kind of just all to this point. We might end up going further as we connect roofs later. We'll see how it all ends up. But yeah, because I'm kind of just winging a lot of it. But on this back side here, it'll be, what is it, the bottom 2 rows maybe? No, just the bottom row of spruce slabs. That is the one that is 1 block further outside of the wall. You'll end up just having end up having the length of the wall, so it'll end, you know, in line with the wall. Could technically go like a block further, but we'll worry about that once we do the roof on that side. Which is not what one would call important yet. It'll look a little bit weird, but with that one like spot where it doesn't overhang. But yeah, you should have this. On the right side here, we have a little bit of a window. You may have 2 rows or you may have 3 rows of black concrete. This top row, it doesn't actually exist, so you probably have this. And what you can do is, off of the black concrete, you'll place a 2x2 of spruce fence gates again. You will have to break below, but you'll place spruce stairs below in place of the stripped oak wood, and then opposite on spruce stairs above. Again, having to break a couple stripped oak wood, you'll place a row of spruce planks either side of that little roof section. The actual filling in of this peak is stripped spruce wood that faces left to right. Should be familiar, except it's inverted still. But yeah. Thought it'd be funny to invert 2 sections from one another. You really have to get creative when you have such a limited block palette. But anyway, I think that's where I'm going to end. I should check, actually. Yeah, so, that is, once you're done that, ladies and gentlemen, that is the BATIM custom exterior part 2 complete. Hopefully next part, I don't think we'll finish the whole exterior, but we'll probably need 2 more part, maybe like a part and a half, honestly. We might be able to finish this in 4, but it's not a lot left. I mean, it looks like a lot because we're not even halfway done, but a lot of the other walls are fairly blank in overall detail. I mean, there's a bunch of window segments, but they just repeat over and over again on the back. And then it's just that stripe pattern that we already have done a bit of. But yeah, we're pretty much honestly there at this point. But anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, have a fantastic rest of your day or night, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.